Hey everyone, so this would be a speed test comparison here between the 2022 Motorola Stylus 5G right here, or the G Stylus 5G. And then we have on the right is going to be the 2020 version of the iPhone SE. So this is like 4.7 inches, this is 6.8, so this has over a 4-inch bigger screen than on the iPhone. Uh, this is supposed to be like $500 new. These you can find for, depending on what carrier you have, I've seen them down to like $150. Otherwise, you can buy them used on Amazon refurbished for I think around $150. Personally, I paid $120 for the iPhone and $300 for the Motorola when it was on sale, brand new. This was used. Anyway, speed test. Let's get into it. Both are on the same Wi-Fi, just my home Wi-Fi here. One thing I do want to note though is how much brighter the iPhone is. Let's go the wrong way here. So if we do show off the brightness here, this is up over halfway. This is not even at halfway. The iPhone is a lot brighter. Alright, let's get on into this. Neither have had their histories deleted. Makes it more of a real world comparison here, as you don't go around deleting your history every time you get off of the internet, unless you're looking up stuff you don't not want other people to see you looking up. But you see, these are actually both pretty quick. So I'm going to type in here on Best Buy's website, Garmin Watch, 1, 2, and 3. And of course, the Motorola Stylus comes with a stylus. It just is not anything like the Samsung's. Well, I don't know why that's popping up here. Get out of the way. It's nothing like the Samsung stylus, but it does have one. If you're interested in getting a phone with a stylus. All right, let's go ahead and we'll hit the Phoenix 7X here. So for the most part, the iPhone's actually going to be faster. It is a very impressive little phone. This is actually all loading in. There we go. But this really isn't actually that bad for being a cheaper budget phone itself. Let's see, next we'll go into Pokemon. And we'll go into Pokemon. And again, you see the iPhone is going to be, for the most part, faster. That time it was not, though. That was weird. Anyway, go in, we'll hit this. Hit the cards here. Hit one more card here. There we go. Okay, let me get out of that. Alright, there is that. Next, I'll open up each of their app stores here. 1, 2, and 3. So, of course, you got Google Play Store, and you have the Apple App Store. We can do a search here. Search for Roblox in both of these. I do gotta mention too, I said how dark this is. Both of them do have dark mode on. This thing really turns on dark mode. Like, it is super duper dark. It actually looks better in the video than it does in real life. But of course, you need to turn up the brightness too, and probably turn off dark mode would help as well. So both are just fine on loading this in, probably almost about the same. Both apps are still open here. Next, we'll go into Offer Up. It looked like the Motorola was going to win, but then the iPhone came out ahead at the end there. I do have a screen protector on this, as you can probably tell. is a very cheap screen protector, and it messes up my touch at times. So the phone itself is actually very responsive, but the screen protector is a very cheap screen protector. It came with the case I have for it, and it is ridiculously cheap, and it kind of messes up my touching at times. But again, you can see the iPhone is going to be faster here. And remember too, this is the 2020 version. The 2022 version is even faster yet, as it has the better processor and actually more RAM and stuff in it. Next, we'll go into YouTube. With this, I'm not going to show it off, but I do want to mention the iPhone actually does have the better speakers, because you have one speaker down here, and then you have the speaker in the earpiece, whereas the Motorola only has one speaker down here. It does get actually pretty loud, and it does sound okay, but I say the iPhone is the winner for that. But of course, this has a lot bigger screen, so for watching videos, this is probably going to be better, but for actually hearing them, the iPhone will be a bit better. Alright, then last but not least, we'll go into Roblox here. Motorola does turn on a gaming thingy. And then we'll do a quick Royal High test. But first, let's go back through each of these apps, and then we'll come back to the Royal High test. So far as I can tell, this has either 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's a 256 gigabyte storage version, which is a thing I'll come back to in a moment. But I think it has 6 gigabytes of RAM. I really cannot tell. Different things say different amounts for it. If you guys know for sure, let me know. And then this has 3 gigabytes of RAM on the iPhone, but of course Apple is very good at, even though it has lower RAM, it's very good at keeping everything open, as you'll see here. So I'm rather impressed with both of these devices for how much I paid for each of them. As you can see, we're having no issues here keeping things open at all. So there we go. Alright, we'll go into this test here. One thing I do want to mention too is this is actually decently flat. If you've noticed throughout the video, this is a little bit more shaky. I mean, both of them do have a camera hump on the back. But, alright, we'll go into Royal High and make sure our volume is off so we do not get copyright infringements here. But I was saying with this, it was actually really cool with the Motorola. This one I got was from Target. It's 256 gigabytes of onboard storage, and then it has a 256 gigabyte micro SD card in it as well, which you do not see expansions on a lot of devices these days, a lot of phones these days. Then on top of that, it also has a headphone jack, which you really do not see these days. Anyway, Roblox manual is up all the way. It's as far as it can be. Royal High, it's a little bit more of a graphically intensive game, of so to speak, for Roblox at least. You guys will see how good this does. My internet is a little bit hooey today. Right now it seems to be working okay. And of course it's nighttime, which just makes it incredibly hard for you all to see this. It's always nighttime when I try doing videos on this game. Let's see if we get that to focus in. Sorry about the fingerprints. I know if it was daytime, I wouldn't have to do this. But the point here is this loads in very, very well. You guys, of course. It does load in very well. There's no struggling. There's no slowdowns. It just works very well. But you will notice this thing will get hot pretty quick. And of course, this will kill your battery. So yeah, it loads in, no issues whatsoever. Put that off to the side for a moment. We'll go into Royal High here on the big guy. Again, this thing is 6.8 inches, which is huge. So again, manual mode, graphics are up all the way. Go to Sunset Island, hopefully it will be daytime. We'll see how this does. Surprisingly, on both of these, the boat's loaded in. A lot of times the boat does not load in. It's always hard getting off the boat because he just wants to sit right back down. Right. Again, though, there's no issue. Of course, we want to do this. And to finish out this video, while this is doing its thing, taking us out of what I wanted to do, I did want to talk about a couple more quick things here. So, again, like I said, this has 256 gigabytes of storage. This only has 64. This is not expandable. This actually came with, again, a micro SD card. Sure, I don't care. This actually came with another micro SD card on top of the 256 gigs. With another 256 gigs. So basically it has 512 gigs of storage with it. It either has 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, where this has 3, which is pretty crazy. But again, this phone is very, very fast. You see how it is faster. It is faster than the Motorola. And again, I got mine for 120 bucks. Basically brand new. It was used, but it had 100% battery health and no dings or scratches or anything on it. And again, you can get them off of Amazon for like 150 bucks renewed. So both of these are actually really good, in my opinion, really good deals, especially for the prices you can get both of these at. Again, this was on sale from 500 bucks down to 300, and actually I think Amazon has it down to 250 for brand new. Both of these are unlocked, by the way, as well. Yeah, both of these are just fantastic devices. Now we can continue what we're doing. I really would recommend both of them. You guys can see here. Again, this is Royal High, so it is a little bit of a harder game for devices to load in, but this has no issues. The one disappointment I've come across so far with the Motorola that the iPhone actually doesn't have the issue with is this does not do wireless charging whatsoever. The iPhone does do wireless charging. Which is kind of crazy, but yeah, you just cannot get wireless charging on this phone. Actually, a lot of Android phones that are less than $500-600 bucks do not have wireless charging, whereas the iPhone SE does. Some of them that's probably minor, at least to me it's minor, something to mention. So yeah, you all let me know what you think, though. I do think these are both actually rather cool devices. One last thing I wanted to mention is the battery on this is not so great. I've only had this for a day, so I don't know how it is. They say it's really good. But the battery on this, once it gets below that 100%, which it does stay at for a while, it kind of just drops, especially if you're on it all the time, watching videos, playing games. You're going to kill your battery actually rather fast. Just something to mention, too. It does have a rather small battery. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. As always, I appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.